Yo, what's up, guys? That was kind of loud. Sorry. Are you awake yet? Hey, thanks for joining me again, you guys, for another PrimeXBT video. Today, I'm going to talk about trading trend reversals or just trading reversals in general. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a trend, but we're just going to be trading reversals. So, price is going up and you want to trade it down, or price is going down and you want to trade it up, right? So, let's get right into it. Shout out to PrimeXBT real quick for sponsoring this awesome video series. Tons of videos in the series, you guys. Make sure you check them all out. Risk management, position sizing, and all things like that. Excuse me. So let's get right into this video. I will say I'm just going to get this video out for you guys. I think it'll be a fun one. And so I'm not going to send it to my editor. So if there's some weird pauses, I apologize. But we're going to just go into it, okay? So, so this is an FTM chart right now, all right? And there's a million different ways you can trade reversals. You can trade pattern reversals. Okay, let's get this yellow. We like the yellow. Easy to see. Okay, reversal patterns are rising wedge, maybe a descending triangle, okay? What else? There's got to be some others. I don't know. So we've got rising wedge, which you guys are probably all familiar with this, and this is kind of like really steep. Let's do more like this. Okay. And you guys all know rising wedges. Price is gonna go and then break down, and then you get your breakdown, and you can trade that, right? And descending triangles, usually price goes up in there, and then breaks down, it retests, boom. Okay. So that's two reversal patterns you could trade. Oh yeah, of course. This is the one you guys are all familiar with. Let's go. So I'm gonna let you guys guess it here. There's a neckline. Now you guys know what it is. And then a head and shoulders. Okay. And I have actually videos on how to trade head and shoulders. Very reliable reversal pattern. Okay. In either direction, up or down. If you invert the chart somewhere, bam, inverse head and shoulders. Okay. Pretty clear. All right, so let's invert this back. Now you got candlestick reversal patterns too, right? And of course, I have tons of videos on, I have one good video at least on reversal patterns, okay? So you get like a gravestone doji here, okay? If that was a green wick, you get small body here. You could call it a shooting star doji, whatever. That would be a reversal candle. You flip it over, that would be you could call it a hammer. You could call it a dragonfly doji, whatever you want to call it. That's what it looks like, okay? You've got evening star patterns, morning star patterns, which are two of my favorite patterns, and basically an evening star pattern, or let's do a morning star. And let's get rid of this alert here so it's not in our way. Okay. So a morning star, you're going to have price drop with a red candle, okay? And you're going to have a little doji here. It doesn't really matter what color it is, okay? It's going to be a little thin-bodied thingy here. It could have a little bit more body too, but it's going to look something like that. Okay, then you're going to have immediate buyback, and that's a morning star. And basically what the market's saying is, okay, we all sold off, momentum stalls, just kidding, let's go back up, right? And of course, that's going to look opposite if you invert it as an evening star. Now, that is a trend reversal pattern. Now, it doesn't mean that it's time frame dependent, okay? So be aware of that. And a lot of times, I just play these patterns for momentum base and expect price, as it's coming up into that pattern, then it should come down out of that pattern. And I'm just basically closing on momentum there because those types of patterns don't have a technical target, whereas those kind of candlestick patterns don't really have a technical target, whereas the patterns that we showed, a rising wedge, a falling wedge, head and shoulders, things like that, those have technical targets, okay? So one more thing, we could have like an engulfing candle, right? So you've got, let's say you've got a red candle here, price drops, and then you get a green candle right next to it, which engulfs the candle, and that would be an engulfing candle, and technically you would expect a reversal there. So price goes down, you get the small sell-off candle, a much bigger, stronger green candle, and price goes up in the opposite direction from there, okay? So those are reversal patterns. So then basically you just apply those to the chart, and that's how you trade them. Not only that, you can trade trend line breakouts, because what is a trend line? A trend, right? So price is making lower highs, lower lows, because it's in a trend. And what happens when this trend breaks? Now it goes into at least a short-term uptrend. And notice here, we have an inverse head and shoulders type pattern as well for extra confluence on this specific breakout. Okay. And we can actually look at FTM here. Oh, it's inverted, you guys. I was like, what's going on? It's like, how is it dying? Okay. So what we see here is, okay, and you can use EMAs, you can use crosses. All right, there's so many different things you can do. That's the beauty of charting. But basically, I see a very nice downtrend here. Okay. And we've got higher lows, lower highs. Price is dying and dying. And we finally try to establish a higher low here. And then we've now established another higher low. We've broken out of this trend. Okay, I see nice volume coming in, which is good for me. And we have now established support above the EMAs. So for me, this is a very nice trend reversal. And I actually posted a trade this morning, something like this. Okay, and with a strong wick, strong candle like this, I, as a momentum trader, don't want to see price go back below that wick. So it gives me a very clear stop loss level. Okay, and then I'm just looking at the next resistance, which is probably this big area right here, somewhere in here. Maybe at the top of this candle, maybe at the base of all this congestion. Whew, that's a tough word to say, apparently. Okay, so sometimes you could just draw zones, and I would look for price to stall out somewhere in this zone. Excuse me. So yeah, that's what we're looking at here. Things are looking good on this trade. I know some of you caught it or, joined along with me, so that's great. I'm actually probably just going to close half of that here because I am not a greedy SOB. And that was a nice little pump for me. So we closed half just now. I'll update that on my Twitter after I get this video made. But yeah, so there we go, you guys. I mean, that's one way to do it. All right, we almost have a Morningstar reversal pattern here too. And actually, on Chili's, we have a very nice Morningstar pattern, okay? That one I showed you, bam. Okay, so if you're waiting for confirmation and you're not knife catching, you go, all right, I can get in here. And ideally, you'd love a retest down here, but with this strong of a pattern, not very likely. So anything here to here seems like a good retest to me. So you get that Morningstar. Okay, I like to see it strong and close even above this breakdown. Very strong candle, nice volume. And we assume bullish trend now. We assume bullish, whoa. Okay, we assume bullish trend reversal now. So it's like dips are for buying unless that bullish trend is invalidated, which would occur with a close back below down here. And you can see price didn't even come anywhere close. And dips are being bought up nicely. So that's a very nice bullish Morningstar. You could count that as a deviation if you want, okay? Again, like you have your support. You have, like, let's say this is a support, which it is. And you could count this as a deviation. Deviations are also reversal potentials, okay? But deviations usually result in a bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing candle or a reversal pattern, okay? So that's how you're going to catch reversals. You're going to want to find the patterns. I'm trying to think if I can think of any other charts that have a nice reversal pattern up high. Anything that we can think of. Here is head and shoulders on Doge. You can see here, okay? We have left shoulder, head, right shoulder. That becomes a trend reversal as soon as it breaks down here. All right. And you see the trend reversal. Okay. So you know that pumps are basically for shorting, right? So yeah, I mean, that's some beautifulness here, you guys. Here's another. So here we could see this Morningstar. And it actually did play out. But what you're going to see here is we don't want to see a close below this. We have a close and we have a buyback. So that is actually a deviation in of itself. So even if you close here, you could get back in up here. All right. And basically what you do is you probably try to buy this retest and then fake out deviation, okay, which is possibly a good entry if you're not already in. Otherwise, you're basically looking at something like this where you're going to try to get in on a retest somewhere down here. Gonna have a good risk to reward. Now you can put your stop loss below the wicks on closing basis or here on closing basis, okay? And you can see maybe I take a 4% loss here. But then if I get back in on this deviation, then I'm getting a, even if I'm just playing this short momentum, and we're not going to mess with the stop loss here because I don't want to waste time. But let's shoot, as I waste time here by clicking random stuff. But you can see here, I would make that profit back on this second entry, okay? Or that loss back. So I would have taken a 4% loss, and then now I would have a 20% gain. So that's why risk to reward is important, all right? I want to see if we have any other reversal things here. But yeah, so in a nutshell, that's the basics of it. You look for patterns, you look for trends, okay? Sometimes momentum's going to tell you too, like, we have, I'm trying to think, even on like Apple, this is going to be a very low time frame idea, okay? But here, you can see that, this isn't a good example, you guys. This is way too low time frame. I'm trying to think if there's any other good charts. I'm pretty sure Matic probably. Oh, actually, let's look at Atom, because there is one more reversal pattern I didn't talk about, and that would be a double bottom. And I actually have it mapped out here already. So a double top or a double bottom, which I also have videos on how to trade those, okay? But basically, okay, double bottom, you got your two bottoms that are equal, and we wait for, technically, you could wait for a breakout to catch the trend reversal. You could try to buy here and hope that it holds, or you could wait for the confirmation piece, and your confirmation would have happened yesterday on this close. So once you get that close, you're basically looking to enter this retest here. I can put a stop loss here, and my target is going to be the length from here to here, which is already measured out. Excuse me, and I have a 3% risk to a 10% reward. Beautiful risk to reward. Great trade, nice reversal pattern. So yeah, I mean, that is the beauty of waiting for confirmation and having these patterns that give you that confirmation, because that's going to make it very clear, defined setup. It's going to increase your risk to reward. And yeah, you guys, you can find them on different time frames, different charts. So don't feel like you have to be stuck to one chart or one time frame. Okay, you can find them everywhere. I'd stay away from like the 1, 3, 5 minute charts for a lot of these unless you're really experienced, because the low time frames, especially the 1 minute, kind of work a little differently, and I trade them a little different with my strategies as well. So anyway, guys, really hope that you enjoyed this short video and learned something. You can check out my other videos to get more in-depth content on the double bottoms, the patterns, candlestick patterns, chart patterns, and things like that. If you want to check out PrimeXBT, you do need a VPN now. You can get up to a $7,000 deposit bonus. There's a link in the description below or in my pinned tweet thread. But otherwise, if you guys have any other video suggestions, post them in the comments, and I will get those videos onto my schedule. Have a good day. Peace.